Hi, I'm about to leave. That's why there's no monitor there, and my computer's laying on the bed. I'm a bit of a slob sometimes, somewhat. That's why you see mess here. This microwave box is gonna go bye-bye. I just forgot to. Yeah, we had to replace our microwave because it broke. Um, Actually, that's been sitting there for like a month because that happened right after I went to the. I don't know what the PC term is for a psych place, like mental health hospital, kind of. Actually, yeah, mental health hospital, yeah, because I went to that, because depression, if you didn't know. Totally didn't just jump cut to you showing me, seeing you showing me the thing. What do you call this again? Turntable. Yeah, and I also have this, because I like music, but I've never really done music, but there's stuff. Basically, remember I had that short video saying, like, I screwed up and didn't have a video uploaded? Oh yeah, my phone is on, and it has a list of things I need to take with me, including, most importantly, my medication over there, because yeah, antidepressants. They help a lot, actually. I'm doing quite better, as you can see. Well, I don't know if you can't see unless I zoom in, really, but my calendar thinks it's March because I haven't updated in forever. Got a Xbox 360 without any lid on, and the modem's over there, and a PS2 and a printer that's crappy. My microphone. Those are not my good headphones. Those are my cheap headphones for when my good headphones hurt my ears. Because my good headphones hurt my ears, and you cannot really see them, but they're Audio-Technica ATH M30 or M40Xs. Got a really nice keyboard. I probably shouldn't have spent as much as I did on it, but I like it, whatever. That's a uninterrupted power supply. My wireless router over here. I have a Nexus 4 that's broken in there. You can see my camera cover thingy hanging there. This book is awesome. I tried to show this on the other video that I made. Oh yeah, and I have a server there, which I don't have remote access set up for, which I should probably set up remote access for right now since I'm about to be leaving, and I might want to do some experiments. But this book is essentially a programming approach to physics and reality and patterns and complexity. Basically, the theory behind it is that there is a inherent complexity in all things, all systems, all programs, and you don't have to be complicated to do that. Very, very simple programs can lead to very, very complicated behavior. You just have to get to the minimum amount of code that will generate complexity. There's a lot of patterns, and then there's complexity. And it's pretty interesting. I haven't read very much of it yet, obviously, as you saw by my bookmark. But yeah. I also have a clusterfuck of stuff here, which I didn't want to show at first because it has some sensitive info, but then I realized the only thing that was sensitive is something that you couldn't see. But yeah, and food crap. Being forced to be gluten-free sucks. It's called celiac disease, and it's an actual problem, unlike, all the people who are like, oh, gluten's bad for you and stuff. So, yeah. Stuff, jump cuts, you might have noticed two of those. I got interrupted by my mom a couple times. Oh yeah, I have an air compressor. Yeah, so I'll make a bit more of a video either before or after this that says kind of what I've been up to recently with programming and my website and my job, and it's pretty cool stuff, actually. Okay, and this is the bit that's about code and work and stuff. As you can see here, I have pushed a bunch of commits recently. ClickMine, my website, Slackover, a bit of Lapis, and 1 Hour Game Jam 64. Essentially, there was a game jam recently. In fact, let me go over to my YouTube and show you a little bit of behind the scenes. Also, I have some sort of notification, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Yeah, 1 Hour Game Jam. I did a live stream. I did some testing with Minecraft. I did some testing with StarMade. There's the last video I published, which was a while ago. Well, technically not, because there's the GTA 5 one here now. But yeah, I had a couple other streams that were back there, and I still need to go through and make some stuff based on those. But essentially, fuck jQuery. I am saying that purely because I'm having an issue with it, and it may not be jQuery at all. It's probably entirely my fault. Lapis is a framework for making websites. It's what I use to make websites and things that are based on the web. And I just pushed a couple commits. I think on the contributor list, I'm halfway down it. I'm not sure. I've basically only ever pushed typo fixes to the documents. I haven't submitted any real code, but in those 4 commits of submitting fixes to documents, I've done
a lot more than most of the contributors, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. This is a thing. I started to make a game in a 24-hour game jam. This is that website. All you can do right now is make an account and log in. You can also technically go to /execute and execute some Lua code. So like I'm going to do the classic hello world right here. And as you can see, it'll actually run it. Or I could do something like error. This is an error. And you'll see that it will show the error in red text, and it'll tell you where it came from, which was in .lib/sandbox.lua, which if you came over here, you'd see here's the lib folder, here's sandbox.lua. Sandbox.lua is a module in Lua that makes it so that you can run anyone's code without it completely breaking everything. There's also documents that I'm going to have for how to, how to write code for the site, for the thing. It's essentially going to be a game about spaceships in space, as opposed to not in space spaceships. Cubes that you use to build ships and do stuff with, and this is some documentation. Of course, it's not actually done, and it's kind of shitty right now, and it's just, I kind of have the framework there, and unfortunately, I haven't done much with it yet because it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just I have to include a timeout functionality, or else someone could do something like this. Like, watch this. I'll go in here. I'll just say while true do end, and now that is an infinite loop. That is the most basic kind of infinite loop, and this will sit here and run for 20 minutes, wasting all the CPU power on my server without doing anything useful. In fact, now that I've said that, I have to go disable this now, because the fact is I'm making a video about it, and someone will just go on here and go and fuck me up like that. So I'm going to make sure I take care of that. This was an attempt to make a basic, very basic kind of cookie clicker kind of style game, like the idle game kind of thing, based on Minecraft. So it's all based on Minecraft resources, and it's like, oh, punch a tree to get more wood, and make wooden planks, and make a crafting table, and make sticks and a wooden axe. And I was going to add more and more after I got the basic framework working. Unfortunately, the basic framework, while it'll go as far as to display this, it's broken past it's broken past that, unfortunately, so I'll have to fix that later. My website is not like, there's not like a main site yet. This is just like the temporary welcome page. I briefly had a link here to where I'm going to have you able to submit craft, but this doesn't actually, it's not actually supposed to be used yet. Technically, you could do this right now, and it will work. In fact, it will work, but what will happen is when you submit it, it will give you an error. This is actually, this is the same error that it would give you, which is interesting considering this error shouldn't be happening for what I just did. But it'll give you an error just like this, and but even if it gives you this error, it'll actually submit your plane. And the way you can know that for sure is if you try to, actually, let me go back to that. Let me make this so it's like blah, 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 right? I put in a download link to this page, right? So it'll error that time like that, but now if I try to do the same thing again, watch this, it'll say this craft has already been submitted. So it will actually save things to the database, even though, oh, that's funny. Apparently a blank URL has already been submitted. Yeah, I need to figure out what's going wrong with it, but something's going wrong with it, and that's something to fix. This right here is a project I'm actually working on for work. And hey, it's functioning again. That's interesting. All right, let's go over here. And yep, this is Slack. So I'm going to just say some random shit, right? And what's going to happen is, assuming it's actually functional, because it looks like it's somehow functional, there you go. You can see it's actually saved those messages over here. And yes, badnetwork.xyz. That's a temporary domain I'm using for testing purposes. This is something I'm making for work, essentially to keep track of Slack messages. That's an error I need to look at. And let's see, so this is that thing I'm going to look at. ClickMine, yeah, I'm having issues with it, but this is it, and I don't know why it's not working. This is my website. There's not much really to show or say, I mean, other than without like going through the code, and there's a lot of work to do. That reminds me, I need to fix the service file here, because the service file here is wrong. In fact, I will make a issue about that. Fix the service file. Update it, copy it on the server, redo services, and run as a service. And while I'm at it, I also kind of want to have my other things that I set up as services. So 1 hour game jam, do the same for 1 hour game jam 64, and do the same for, obviously the 1 hour game jam thing I failed because there's obviously not a game there, and if there was a game there, then I would have succeeded, but I didn't, unfortunately. So I will do this, and that reminds me, I will open that in a new tab. I will go over here to Slackiver. This is the Slack archiving message thingy, which is based on MySQL, which I don't normally do, and has some work to be done, but I'm not going to work on it further at the moment because it's something I'm doing for work, so I might as well do it while I'm being paid at work. So this is kind of how it works. It's open source. You can go copy it, do whatever. I'm going to give myself a little reminder. Remind me to fix the service file issue. I'm going to remind me to do that. Let's say tomorrow at noon, which I may not be able to do it at noon, but that's what I will do. And there you go. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff I've been up to, and that's kind of what I've been up to as far as code and work computers. I've been doing a lot of code lately, which is cool because I haven't been programming for a long time. So it's nice to be back to programming. And it's also nice to be, I'm doing a pretty good job overall of actually succeeding at code. Obviously that thing that I just mentioned, the like click mine, that obviously is broken and not working right. But overall, I'm doing better. I shut down my StarMade server. I'm finally just completely transitioned over to the North Atlantic, whatever, North America, the NAS zone. Here, it should, yep, North American Sandbox servers. I'm on their server now. I haven't been on in a little bit now, but I need to go back on there for StarMade, and I shut down my StarMade server. I shut down the Kerbal Warfare websites that I had open for development purposes. I'm going to bring them back fairly soon on my server with the other stuff that I have on my server, although I'm not working on them right now, so it's not really a priority for me to bring them back just yet, and that's kind of where I'm at with everything.
Thanks for watching, and see you in space.